So I just finished Chhorii 2, and I haven't felt like this since I watched the sequel to Joker, a film that basically goes back on everything it had established, and more importantly in this one, the message it had referenced. Hello there, namaste. So Chhorii 2. Sakshi must rescue her 7-year-old daughter from a superstitious cult while fighting societal injustices and the horror that continues to haunt her and young women around her. First of all, the thing about societal injustices, honestly, I really think that's just tapped on to the very end of this film, because the message doesn't feel like that's what it's trying to say. In the first film, it felt relevant to what was going on. It really did. Child sacrifice, things like that, as barbaric as it is, still happens, and especially for children. And in the last film, it made sense because here, they wanted to do their usual sacrifice and they hadn't done it in a long time. Why? Because the curse had prevented girls from being born, so they couldn't sacrifice. Yet the harvests they kept having were perfect. So it showed the pointlessness of what they were doing. And in this film, it goes back on all of that. So the film starts off with 3 girls running around in the sugarcane fields. Yes, they're just changing the 3 boys to being 3 girls. And of course, they're the innocent ones trying to deliver a message. Yes, they're not very subtle about it. Sakshi's daughter can't go out in the sun. She has that autoimmune disease. Is that what it would be? I don't know. She just has very fair skin and she burns when she's in the sun. They have a pointless storyline where she's trying to get her enlisted at a school or get her signed out of school. It served no purpose to the story. They have a pointless story arc with a cop, an officer, who joins them, but at the same time he serves no purpose to the story. They didn't really need him at all. It just tacks on another 20-30 minutes to the film. They give us a flashback with that officer. He's the one that she confesses to that, oh, I killed this family. They go and investigate and the bodies are gone. Woo! Skip 7 years later, the people have found the child that ran away. The village has finally taken her. Her husband is once again alive. And the thing that pissed me off the most, the message of the last film was about how human sacrifice is a barbaric, thing to do. Absolutely barbaric. It has no place in society. It doesn't serve a purpose whatsoever. They arrive at the sugarcane fields. The fields are dead. This film, which is the first film, which was supposed to be this huge thing about saying how that is evil, the sequel is saying this. Hear me out. The sequel is saying that the first film was wrong, and you should absolutely do that to children because then you'll get perfect harvests. It's just the whole thing pissed me off as soon as they got there. Absolutely. It made no gosh dang sense. And then they tried to rope the whole thing into like this cult dynamic. What's funny is I was watching these with my wife, and my wife had great insight. You don't need to destroy the fields. You could have them still having good harvests. What you do is you add on to the story. Those who were having girls had 2 options. One, you sacrifice the child for a great harvest, or 2, when the child comes of age, meaning when they, first, they are given to the elder of the village for the first 3, 4, 5 years. What would you choose? In that point of view, what would you choose? And what the story would go, where everyone kept sacrificing the girls, that you have this old elderly man who's craving a young child, sends the villagers out because he's starting to get weird with everyone else. The villagers go out and hunt the one who got away because they have no connection to her. They don't care. They'd rather sacrifice this person that they have no connection with than having this weird, creepy, elderly man touching all their children. men, women, whatever. It's just, that concept is so much more powerful for the message you're trying to send where, oh, child marriage is common. It was just, like, I did not get that from this movie. I did not. That literally feels like it's thrown on at the very end of the film. I was laughing throughout the film. You have scenes where it's like Sakshi falls in a well and a bunch of ghosts touch her and I'm like, she's gonna get superpowers. She has a showdown with the evil witch, and immediately I thought of like the live action Mulan, where it's like, of course, she's an evil witch. She's more powerful than the men. She just requires a woman to tell her how she is more powerful than a man. It was just so freaking stupid. And of course, the evil witch used her powers to take down the man. Like, that's the thing. There are ways you could have gone about it. You don't go about it by saying, oh, this one's gonna be about child marriage, so everything we went about in the last film doesn't matter. Just forget about everything. We had the setting, just focus more on the story. You should have just focused more on the story. Make it believable. You could still have horror elements in it if he did end up convincing a young child to become a witch. The creepy one, like the one who was maybe a little deformed or whatever, or maybe he deformed her and she's trying to help him find someone else. There are ways to do this. There really are. If you're gonna check out Chhorii, only watch the first film, never watch the second film. The second film destroys anything that was established in the first film. Yeah, because this literally makes the last film feel more like a meh, because I was like, yeah, I actually liked it because it had a message. This one, it doesn't make me hate the first one, because it was more concise. You have a very tight-knit cast. You had Ronnie, you had the driver, you had the driver's wife, and you had her husband. That's it. You have it more tight-knit. This one, they have the cop. They have all the other officers, which is like 10 more people. They have all the village people, which is like 30 more people. Then they have like 20-something boys, because there are no girls born into the village. Well, the girls that are born into the village are sacrificed, allegedly. Due to the harvest not being good, I mean, who's to say? Like, as long as you had a decent message. In this one, it literally feels tacked on. It's like in the last 10 minutes, my wife was like, oh, this is what they're trying to say. And I'm like, there is no way that's what the message of this film is. There is no possible way. There is no establishing facts to lead us to that, especially after destroying the previous film, making sure that everything that they had established, sacrifices, are actually good. They're not evil like they, proclaimed in the first film. It's like, there is no way that's gonna be it. The very last scene, it was just like, 3 girls are married during the time you've watched this film. And in my mind, I'm just like, how do we get from this film to this? Are they gonna come out with a Chhorii 3, which basically breaks all the rules, saying that child marriage is good? I mean, what the heck are they gonna do next? It's absolutely barbaric. You can't establish something that's so good and then go back and be like, well, we were lying to you. Everything we said, we made it as a movie. There is no real message. As you can see, I'm a little angry. It was something that pissed me off, especially as soon as you realize that the sugarcane fields are dead. It's one of those things where you like something and then you go on expecting the sequel to just add on a new message, be different, but add on a new message, not completely destroy the previous message. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles. You guys got a video? So bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.